Salutations, everybody. I'd like to talk about tough guys today. Got a lot of tough guys out there, right? Whether you go to the bar, walking down the street, store, everywhere. Everywhere you always got the local hard man or men. And I don't know what man out there ever goes around proclaiming that he's tough. And the ones that usually do are not. They'll be watching fights at a bar, UFC. Well, that would never happen to me. I would have just got a hold of his head and I would have just squeezed as hard as I can. Or whatever insert accent you want to use. Or, God forbid, they know you do any kind of martial arts, which I always like to keep that to myself. And they want to challenge you. And there's ones that will follow through with it. And then when they get rolled up, they have 1,000,001 excuses. I don't like doing that. I'm getting a little bit too old for that. I'm 50 years old, and I'm not looking to prove anything. And this is why I don't hang out with average or regular people anymore. I stick around fighters, people that do jiu-jitsu, combat sports, Thai boxers, kickboxers, anybody that does combat sports or is a philosopher of some kind. I like to surround myself with tough and intelligent people. And I just said tough. And these are real tough guys that don't have to tell you they're tough. I think anybody who's actually kind of tough, in a sense, really what they would tell you is they're durable or resilient. They have a sense of unshakable resolve, but they would never use tough. Tough is almost like you stick yourself on the proving ground. Now you got to prove that. You got to prove you're tough. And what defines tough? What's the approximation of tough? They don't even know. I've seen a lot of tough guys walk into dojos and walk out of there with this bewildered look like a deer in the headlights after it was all done. Because he was cocky and he got rolled up. Jiu-jitsu, wrestling, boxing, pick one. You see them get really humbled. I've seen a lot of it. I know what tough is. I used to think I was tough when I was 21 years old, and I grappled with a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belt, Brazilian guy, very cool guy. But I didn't walk around tough with him. I respected him immediately. And he rolled me up. I was just training in a living room with videotapes. And he showed me I wasn't that tough. So did his brother. And I've been in all types of arenas of different types of people. And I've witnessed true tough. And I don't know where they get their delusion that they are so badass. Because I just remember walking into a school and then just getting fucking beat up by everybody in there. Out of breath, can't move, getting pinned down. Forearm across the neck and the face. Guys twice my size. Sitting on me, squishing me. Making me say uncle every 3 seconds. My punk ass needed that. And this is why more young men should get into martial arts. It teaches you a lot. And I had some very rough coaches. These guys didn't play around. These days I just see a bunch of punks get into a school. They sign up and then they talk trash to the instructor, to the trainer. And that's something I don't tolerate. Because they watch too much, they watch too many of the too much of the trash talkers in MMA. And I don't like trash talk. I know it gets people out there, but I don't like it. But men who don't do anything, and I know there's legit tough guys that don't train anything that are just tough as shit. I've known guys like that too. Cock strong, could lift an engine block off the ground with, guys that could just deadlift 450 pounds, no training at all. Guys that could bench press 350 pounds 10 times, doesn't even work out. There's guys out there like that. Those guys, though, that can do shit like that naturally are still humble. They're like, yeah, man, but if I train in your guys' martial arts, I know what would happen. And there I was like, yeah, but when you get good, that strength is going to matter. People will avoid you. The eye contact will be non-existent. Nobody in this world who's actually tough is going to admit that they're tough. I can say that I got toughened up by a lot of men much stronger and better than me and more skilled, and I'm blessed for that. So I just thought I'd share that. Hope you liked it. Now I'm going to go smoke a cigar and ponder on the Almighty.